just saying. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Rock Talk Daytime Show, the show where you can drink all the coffee you want because you're not going to bed for a few hours. How's everybody doing today?
Pretty good.
We got
Doing
JT,
great.
George, Bill, me, and that's good. So, George brought up something earlier about the difference between milligrams per milliliter and percentage of nicotine level.
Yeah.
And percentage of nicotine level. Yeah, that's me. I didn't need to hear that. Okay. So apparently Rumble is working.
Cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's a problem when you go to the when you're trying to quit cigarettes and switch to e-cigarettes, and you go to the e-cigarette store, and they start telling you about nicotine levels. Well, it's worse if you go to the convenience store, right? You go and you buy a Juul, and it's 5% nicotine. It's hard to believe that 5% nicotine is 50 milligrams per milliliter.
Yeah.
Most of us vape. The ones who've been vaping for a while, we usually vape about 3 milligrams, except some of us need more nicotine. So I'm like at 6 milligrams, and you're at 24, right, Bill?
This right here is 24.
Yep.
It's not the long though.
I'm using
But
an
on my
18.
restricted stuff, I vape restricted direct. I still vape 18 or 20, just
Yep.
whatever I mix it at.
No, I'm using an 18 for my mouth to lung and a 6 for my direct lung. But
Yeah.
wonder why they didn't jump on the boat when the UK and the EU just topped it off at 20 milligrams.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it's because we never want to follow the EU's example.
Yeah.
I
We
really
don't-
think
we don't want to make the EU look smarter than Biden.
Yeah.
I really think the Nick Salt people did it because when they really started coming out with the lots of Nick Salts, that was when the ants were really slamming nicotine. So it
Yeah.
sounds a whole lot better to say and write on the side of your bottle 5% than it does 50 milligram.
Yeah.
So it looks better, because it
takes up
gives
less
the
ink.
perception of being less nicotine.
Yeah, it takes up less ink.
Yep. So when you're talking to somebody who's a new vapor, it's hard to know what point they're at because they'll be thinking, "Oh, I'm at 5." A lot of times they mean percent and not milligrams.
Yeah.
We had that.
No,
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, well, it doesn't usually come up, but we hang out with a bunch of people that do vape, and there's a newbie in there, and everybody was giving their opinion on what he ought to be doing, which, is kind of tough. You
Yeah.
have to admit all at once.
Yeah. Yeah. The end result is the same. We're giving them all different journeys.
Yeah,
then-
well, it's just like the way we learned. We had to go out and get stuff and try it, and if we didn't like it, we had to get the other thing that was there. And
The problem
You
is
guys-
you got to learn on the street the positive things, but yet the negative side of it is lied about all the time on commercials.
Oh, yeah.
yep,
You see all these anti-vape commercials that are all tied with the anti-tobacco stuff, which is wrong from the get-go, but they do it anyhow.
Mm,
well, that's how Bloomberg keeps his money floating.
yeah.
Well, you know how T-Set operates here. T-Set takes money from the tobacco settlement crap and uses it for whatever they think the
Yeah,
joke of the day is.
yep. Started out as supposed to be for indigent children who's having expensive surgeries.
Yep.
Now they're talking about water.
Yep. And in Texas, our lotto system was supposed to go to schools.
Yep.
And I think it did in the beginning, but when they did that, they took that much away from schools from other programs that were going
Yeah.
towards schools. And now our
Yeah.
lotto doesn't even go towards the schools anymore.
That's okay. You'll have dispensaries take care of that. It's for the children, you know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I was still in Texas when they started the lottery there.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah. It's,
Oh,
for
so
the,
you won the lottery.
it's for the children. Yeah, I won the lottery and got the hell out.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
Taking your Texas money with you. Oh my goodness. Yeah. That's what no. It's hard to explain that to younger voters that the money, it's first they have to get the money. So they're going to tell you anything they can to get you to give them the money. And then boom, it goes for what they want, not what we wanted.
And it's a little bit more simple than that. They found out that when the person's young, they are more apt to follow what the emotional is, no matter what the words the person says.
Yeah.
They'll emotionally follow. But, you know, let's not call them sheep or anything.
See, that's funny because I've noticed I've gotten more emotional the older I get.
No, that's just hormones, Chuck.
Oh, it's just hormones. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well-
you cry at a shoe commercial. It's got pretty music.
I know my patience has gone out the window lately. The older
What
I
is
get.
that? What is that, this patience you speak of?
Well, it's something I used to have a long time ago, and it left.
I think somebody stole mine.
Yeah.
Okay, Craig piffed it.
Craig
So-
piffed it.
Yeah.
And Craig and Billy Lee and Troy V. My goodness, we got some people here. That's nice.
Misfit was there. Misfit Steve.
Yeah.
So how many cinnamon rolls you do at a time there, Bill?
Well, I was doing 3 batches, which got me about 24, I think it is. Yeah, 24. And then a lot of samples. And I'm still figuring out exactly how many I need to make and not run out, but not have a whole bunch left over. So in the video, I just made 2 for that weekend, and it worked just fine. I didn't run out, and I only had about, I think, 4 left over. So it wasn't no big deal.
Oh, cool. Oh, I hope it works out.
Yeah.
The reason it's really not that big a deal to have any left over, because if I sell just 1 out of a batch, that pays for that batch of ingredients.
Oh, good.
Wow.
That
That's
clears
cool.
that batch of ingredients.
Yeah.
So, you know, everything else is profit after you sell the first one out of that batch.
That's great.
And I'm not looking to make a killing. You know, so far I'm basically, you know, I only bake them 1 day a week, so I'm only like working on them 1 day a week, and I'm making enough to pay my light bill and my water bill.
There you go.
You know, on 1 day a week. That's the way I kind of look at it.
Yeah.
Hell, with what's going on with the banks right now, you don't know what they're going to do. They're playing stupid games right now.
Oh yeah, that's a wreck.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
Of course, you know,
remember I'm sorry.
Everybody knew it was just a wreck waiting to happen to begin with.
Yeah,
you know?
but remember what they told us in 2008? It'll never happen again. Right.
Bullshit.
I'm the government, and I'm here to help.
Yeah.
Yep.
That reminds me of what they told me to say if I ever go to captain's mess. Tell the captain it'll never happen again. And I'm like, no, I don't know that. I don't know that to be true. But they tell you to do it anyway.
Did you make it to Neptune's court?
Not yet. No matter how much trouble I've been in, I still never got even to captain's mess.
No, Neptune's court when you cross the equator.
No, I never crossed the equator.
That's what she said.
But I tell you what, Ecuadorians, man, those people, they're really nice people most of the time until you get into difference in details. They can be mean.
Well, they say El Paso's filling up with some pop-up tent cities.
Oh, man. Oh,
Title
Pre-
42 runs out the 11th.
President Biden is asking for 1,500 troops to go to the New Mexico border to do paperwork and
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, and New Mexico's a good place to do it because, you know, the illegals or migrants, whatever they call them these days, are off in Texas.
Yeah.
Well, New Mexico is blue.
Is it?
What do you think? What do you think they have Roswell?
Yeah. So yeah, we're supposed to have all these new. They're not supposed to be getting bogged down in field work. They're supposed to be doing paperwork and stuff. It's like, really? People are going to believe that?
Mhm.
And really, all it is a very expensive government paid vacation for about a month.
Yeah.
Well,
Get you out of DC, we'll put you over here. Oh,
Yeah.
You know, I watch that On Patrol Live cop show. It's like cops, and here in the last, you can really just see the reality with your eyes. And these are states. Well, there's some southern states, South Carolina, but a lot of them are up north, and it's get almost to 50-50 on the traffic stops. 50% of the time, the person can't speak English, or they're acting like they can't speak English.
Okay.
You know. And used to you didn't see that, but now it's bumped up recently just dramatically. It's like 50% of the traffic stops that people can't speak
Well,
English.
at least here in Oklahoma, they made sure the driver's test and the signs on the road are all English.
yeah.
Mm. Man, I don't know.
I'm sorry, I got no problem with you keeping your culture. You can do whatever you want to in the privacy of your home or in your business. But if you're going to be dealing with the public, let's speak common language and use,
Yeah. Well, of course, most of these stops, the person doesn't even have a driver's license,
Nope.
at all.
And look how California's doing with the motor voter. They're getting ready to let a bunch of the illegal aliens have driver's licenses.
Yep. Then they'll vote.
Yep.
I saw that coming years ago.
When I lived in Arlington, Texas, between Fort Worth and Dallas, for people who don't know, there were a lot of people from Mexico who drove 5 miles an hour below the speed limit everywhere they went, so they'd have no reason to be pulled over. And I had a name for that. It's called Mexican Parade because they're from Mexico, and apparently that's racist. I'm like, okay, I know I had to sit behind them everywhere I went, so.
That's crazy too, because down at that area of Texas, they don't know how to drive anyways, whether they're Texan or not.
Nope, they really don't. I think it's because at least half of them, are from another state, and they think they drive better than Texans, and
I
they're
don't
pissed
know.
off. They're pissed off about it, and they drive
Yeah.
like crap.
My experience was the people up in Colorado, they don't know how to drive on in dry pavement. But that's
Really?
when you're going to bring a whole bunch of, vacationers up to traipse around.
Well, that's the same out here. Every time when I worked in town, every time it would rain, all you had to do was look at your watch, and within 5 minutes, you'd hear sirens start going off because they done had pileups.
Yeah.
Just from normal rain.
Yeah, I've had times when we've had ice storms. I call in sick for work because I always lived at least 45 minutes straight drive from work, which means every way I was going to go was going to have black ice and people who don't know how to drive on it. So I was actually calling in sick so I don't get in a wreck and die.
There's some attorney
Not a
down.
bad call.
There's an attorney down in Oklahoma City had one of them fancy Nissans with big fairing in back and everything, an over $100,000 car, and he'd only drive it when it was snowy and slushy out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hey, insurance is the same, so winter or summer.
It's true. It's true.
Either that or he's trying to play lotto.
I don't know. Oh man. So yeah, 20% compared to, I'm sorry, not 20%. 5% nicotine is so freaking much that it's like 50 milligrams per milliliter.
Yeah, but not
That-
everybody reacts to it the same way, too.
No. And that's what it takes for a lot of people to quit smoking. There are other people too, though, that they didn't smoke much and they need as little as 4 milligrams per milliliter to get off. That's what my sister is like, and she's trying like hell to switch over, but it's not a cigarette, so her brain says no way.
Yeah.
I think I could do 50, but I'd have to do it in a pod system. I don't even think I could do it in my mouth to lung tanks.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a little too much.
What was weird, we run across some sub-ohm salt net stuff by Fresh Press, and that stuff helped out a lot. And then, I was working more on my mouth to lung things, and it started with getting the higher nic freebase.
Yeah.
I saw the Black Note now has the naturally extracted sub-ohm salt, or not sub-ohm, but salt net.
Yeah.
I thought that sounded interesting.
Huh. I need to look into that. I don't know the first thing about that.
Yeah, have you ever done a naturally extracted tobacco?
I guess not, because I'm used to freebase nicotine. So
Yeah.
huh.
The NEC, naturally extracted tobacco, is just a flavor, and it hadn't got nothing to do with the nicotine.
No.
Oh, I see.
They extract the tobacco from the plant.
Yeah.
They'll sit there and compress it and
cold press.
Yeah.
Is the same way people do oils. What do they call? They call them oils. They're not actually oil.
Essential oils.
Thank you. Yeah, it's the same way that essential oils are done. Let's see.
I've got some Nick salt. I've used it a time or two. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
It'll make me sneeze a little every now and then. And the weirdest part of it is I still get a throat hit, but I get it on the exhale, not the inhale.
Huh.
And it's the weirdest thing, but
that sounds like a chemistry thing, and I wouldn't know.
Yeah, but it works.
wish.
I mean, as far as being nicotine, it works. It's just you get the throat hit on the exhale instead of the inhale. It was just weird.
basically a quick hit and get back to doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I used to do when I was working in restaurants, I'd go on a trash run. I would gather up trash, take it outside, and once I got outside, I'd light a cigarette, and I'd go and do all the trash, and then I'd check the parking lot for trash. And, I'd do that like 3 times a day, aside from breaks and stuff. And that's one of the ways I got my neck fix. We always had the cleanest parking lot.
Yeah. Well, that's why I love my little deals that I could keep in my shirt pocket. Is I could get out of the van, and by the time I could take 1 or 2 vapes by the time I got the package and got it to the front door, and then a couple of vapes on the way back, and
Nope.
Yeah, that's why when these came out, They had some that came out right before the iStick Pico
Yeah.
that were like 20 watts,
Mhm.
and they
Yeah.
were even smaller, I think. And man, when I saw that, that was a big change for vaping.
Was that
'Cause-
these?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's it, something like that.
Was that 3,000 milliamps, 2,000?
I don't even think it's that high. I think it's maybe 1,500 or something. But yeah, the pro tank on this worked great.
Yeah, yep, yeah. When we sold our house in 2014, the young woman buying it had whatever it is I'm thinking of, and it was small. I couldn't believe the whole thing. At the time, mods were not small. I mean, they were big. Even the 18650 battery mods were big. And she had that, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's the answer right there."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these were kind of the first step up from an Ego
Yep,
battery.
yep. And that's what I started on was Ego batteries.
Yeah, me too.
I went to what is it? E-cigarette forum, ECF, yeah, e-cigarette forum, and I was able to get some good advice before I started bumping into the assholes that like to hang out there too. There are some real assholes that hang out there, so you know I that's why I ended up with what was it, the Ego Twist. It could do
Mhm.
up to like 4.5 volts, and I'd have my Pro Tank on that. Pro Tank was a little bigger around.
Yeah, you had to have an adapter.
Yeah.
Excuse me, guys. Stevie, I think they're on that cabinet over there. If you'll check, you might find your keys where you left them.
Stevie's here?
Okay. Yeah.
Ah, okay. Good. Stevie sent me some flavors the other day, and I'm tasting them now. Um, I'm trying to decide if I'm going to give feedback on it during a show or separately, or maybe both. But I'll tell you what, this Godzilla, if you like lemon heads,
I didn't get a Godzilla.
wait a minute, my face is,
You didn't get a Godzilla, did I?
yeah.
Damn
It if you like lemon heads taste like candied version of lemon joy.
Lemon Joy.
Yeah,
Snorted or smoked?
smoked, I think, but
Snorted.
it's really freaking good. That's what I got in this one right here. Got a Saper. This is my this is one of my taster methods because it only takes a minute to change out the cotton. Take the cotton out, rinse the thing out, put new cotton
Yeah.
in, and your fresh flavor, and it's like, boom! In 5 minutes, you're ready to taste test. And it's the Godzilla is just freaking incredible.
There goes Tokyo.
Yeah.
Yeah, this little pot I got just a lemon in it.
Yeah.
You know, basically just lemon, and it's fine. Of course, I put sweetener in it, but you know, a lot of people think they got to have a 10 ingredient recipe, and a lot of times just a straight flavor is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to do that with orange cream, TFA orange cream. I was really depressed for a 6 month period, so I was mixing that only, and I could almost do it without the scales that I had done it so much. But
Cool.
yeah, when you get depressed like that, you don't got no motivation. So
Gotta tell me about it.
yeah, I'm sure by our age, everybody's been through it, or almost everybody.
Absolutely.
Oh,
But-
this week I get to start the paperwork on my Social Security.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I wish you the best.
I understand.
Yeah.
It was an absolute nightmare just to get my card replaced here a while back.
Yeah. And they're trying to fix that so it's more streamlined, but it's really not. They just changed how they did it. They didn't fix anything. I finally get to get a new driver's license tomorrow, because the last time I did it, I didn't have to do it 5 years ago, because that was Texas allows you to do it every other time online.
What is it?
Huh?
What is it?
Do
take the test? Is it a driving test or a written test?
It's not driving.
When it's a written test.
Yeah, well, I don't know if there's an actual written test or if they're just going to check my eyes. I can't remember.
Well, they might check you for diphtheria.
Yeah, that thing, is that the one that they?
No, that's the anal probe. Takes an hour.
Oh, okay. Well, shit. I guess I better take a shower before tomorrow. I don't know. It's still going to smell like shit. I can't do anything about that.
No, I just never heard of a state doing that. But
So
They made us all go get new license here a while back and just get them. Or you didn't have to take no test, no nothing. Your license were still good, but they wanted you to have a new deal. And what it ended up being, and I called the old girl on it. You could tell it got off on her. Because when they took my picture, they said, take your glasses off. And I said, oh, facial recognition. That's the reason y'all are having us do this, ain't it? And she kind of give me that look like, shut the hell up. You know, people ain't supposed to know this.
Yeah.
So was the national ID on it also?
Yeah, I think. No, I don't know. You could or couldn't. You still had an option if you wanted that or not.
Yeah.
You know?
Because they asked that here.
Yeah, because you got to have that to get on a plane, I think, these days, on a jet.
Yeah.
I walked around for 2 years with the wrong address on my just regular Oklahoma driver's license.
Yeah.
I said, shit. When I figured that out, I said, as soon as I go out there and start the car, they're going to get me. Nothing wrong with the vehicle, just that damn license.
Yeah. I think mostly it's because the reason, it pisses me off because they changed how they do the licenses. It used to be I just go down there, they make sure that I'm still bipolar and that I can still see, things like that, and get a new picture and off I go. And this time it's like you have to make an appointment. I made this appointment 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
I've been without a license for that long. Boy, that's frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to start making an appointment out here when because of COVID.
Oh yeah.
And they never, and the funny thing is they never reverted back.
No.
You know.
Yeah. Biden's going back. Biden is supposed to be ending a lot of the policies that started because of COVID, but there are some that are never going to go back. That's how it is.
What do you think they were pushing so hard to get in a good deal with the UN on the way they do pandemics and shit?
Exactly. So they can have their own way.
Control is control. They'll take it any way they can get it.
Yep. Oh man. Shit. I haven't had enough coffee yet today. I'm gonna have to wait until after the show for that one.
Hey, who let the minor in here?
Oh no, is there a minor? Minor, you're too young to vape.
Let's see that ID.
Oh, is there some? Oh, okay, no. I'm looking to see if anybody still needs a wrench.
I think we got everybody covered.
It looks like it. Come to my channel and be a moderator. Oh man.
Yep, toll roads are temporary there, Troy. You are correct, sir.
Oh yeah, exactly. They wanted to make a new toll road up in North Dallas area, but Frisco would have been trapped by the toll road. They would have had no choice but except to take a toll road to get anywhere. They didn't have any free roads out of the city if they did that. It's like,
Well,
Wow.
you
People-
gotta, don't forget now too, roads are racist. They've got to be made a certain way.
oh yeah. And my reaction to certain foods is supposedly racist too. Because it was done in China. I have the same reaction to natural foods too. Some natural foods. That doesn't make me racist. That's fucked up.
Well, now I'm disappointed in you,
damn
Chuck.
sure better like chitlin.
Oh no, I don't. I really don't like chitlins.
Oh, you racist, you.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
How are you with watermelon?
I can't stand it. I can't stand it.
I bet you feel the same way about fried chicken too, don't
Oh
you?
no, I like fried chicken.
Oh, okay. You're only partially racist.
I'm only partial.
Now let's throw down his trump card. It's a barbecue he really likes.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Man. There's a
And
place
now back to our show.
Golden Chick. That's our closest chicken place, and they do a pretty good job.
They ought to for what they charge.
Yeah, it's true.
I'll tell you what, for a fast food chicken outlet, they have got to be one of the most expensive out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we beat the Mad Rush and quit going out a few years ago, but on a rare occasion.
Yeah. I had to make sure to set aside time from doing all my YouTube stuff so that I wouldn't forget to spend enough time with my wife, because I hadn't been for a while. It was like, oh, it was not good.
You selfish little self-absorbed.
Yeah.
We'll
damn,
try
Jack.
to do a better job of keeping JT here in Oklahoma.
But yeah. Yeah, I was allowing too much of my time to go towards things that I couldn't figure out in a longer time period. No, I'm not speaking English. Never mind.
Well, you did a lot of gaming too, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh, I do. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how to work that in. For that. That's not a problem though. I mean, my wife works from home. If I do stuff while she's working, there's no problem.
There you go.
So.
Well, that's why I could only really do the evening or night shows on while bowling season was going.
Yeah.
Because Wednesdays was her bowling night.
Yeah.
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 My nights were Friday and Saturday for the longest time, just playing bars.
Oh yeah. My nights that I can be with my wife, I've got 3 nights a week right now, and the rest are taken up taken up by YouTube and my YouTube stuff. So, but see, I have a fear of leaving the house, and on Tuesday nights, that's one of the nights that I can be with my wife. We can go somewhere and I can have dinner without fear of the front door of the building. I have a big fear of people coming in behind me if they seat me so that my back's towards the door. But Tuesday is a good night for going out.
We get you a dash cam and just mount it on the back of your head.
Oh yeah, I can
Yeah.
just put it in my hat.
Yeah. You're going to have it on your hat. You can get rear views.
Like
Just
that.
hang it. Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
that would
Sure.
work.
Nobody will think
Any
anything
blind
out of
spots?
that.
Oh man. Oh my God, the Rumble feed says live stream begins May 2nd at 4 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, I screwed everything up. I seriously screwed everything up.
Well, Chuck, it wouldn't be the same if you didn't.
That's true. That's true. At least I'm consistent.
I had never scheduled anything on Rumble. I've never done a live on Rumble either. I've always just uploaded videos to it.
Yeah, I can send you a link to that video sometime where he tells you how to do it. There's an add-on.
Yeah,
goes in. What kind of what's your internet speed like right now?
if I'm lucky, 3,000.
Okay. You wouldn't want.
It's real low.
You wouldn't want to dual stream.
No, I probably couldn't.
Yeah. Because you're going to want at least that much or close to that much for each stream.
So are you streaming to Rumble too at the moment?
Yep.
Does it show we got any viewers over there?
Nope. We don't have any viewers. That's because, well, JT is one of my followers on Rumble, and he's here. So
Yeah.
I think I only have 2. Oh, well.
Are you going to do this tomorrow night too, Chuck?
Yeah. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's working.
Oh.
All I had to do is click a button.
Cool. I'll do the pop out and chat so from there to monitor.
Yeah. Oh, I got 6 people following. Where'd the other 4 people come from? I have to look and find that.
Hey, I had nothing to do with it. I swear, Chuck. It wasn't
You know,
me.
if it takes off, you're going to have to keep up with 2 chat rooms at the same time, though.
Yeah.
It's okay. He's bipolar.
Yeah. I'll be happy in one and mad in the other.
There you go.
Oh man. But yeah, no, I've got chat up for both of them and nobody's talking on Rumble. I don't think anybody's even watching on Rumble except me.
It takes a minute.
Yeah. Well, the more live streams we can do to Rumble at the same time, the better.
Yep. Because you just never can tell.
Yeah.
No, and you get a lot of replays, you know, on both of them. So
yeah.
Because it's middle of the day, you know, a lot of people are working.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yep.
I kind of remember what that was like at one time.
Ooh. I wonder.
I started some turquoise rings this morning. That's what I was doing when I came in to get on this.
How do you make those?
They're actually they're an inlay ring, and you buy the core, the ring core itself, and the inlay part is just there's nothing in it, and you set the stones into that inlay.
Yeah.
And I use super glue. A lot of people use epoxy resin, but to me, super glue is stronger. And then you just slowly build it up, and then you put it on the lathe and turn it back down and polish it. And
oh, that's some work. Yeah, I always wondered how those were made. I used to have one. I was a teenager. I had one. I wore on this hand all the time. And, you know, when you're a teenager and you're doing BMX and stuff like that.
Yeah, you really shouldn't.
Not with that ring, no. But I did. I mean, it didn't kill all of them. It didn't pull all of them out. Just most of them. Like, I didn't care.
Yeah. Well, when mine gets finished, it's completely, all the stones are completely encased in clear super glue. I mean, it's solid. You know, so, but if you slam it real hard onto a hard surface, you know, it will break it.
Yeah, I imagine because, well, that's going on to silver, right? Or
stainless steel.
Oh, is it stainless? That's different.
Yeah.
Because my ring was silver, and that had a lot to do. It bent easier than a lot of things, and that would knock the stones loose too. Oop, I got that ring on upside down. There we go.
Man, shit, I always worked construction and I left my rings at home.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, when I was
I
in
wear mine when I go to the market,
Yeah.
to display or sell. I can't wear them every day.
Yeah. When I was in my A school and we were learning about troubleshooting computers, the technician who was our class instructor was telling us the importance of, do you want to die for your wife or do you want to live for your job? You're going to have to take off your wedding ring when you're doing these circuits, or you could be killed.
oh,
It only takes half an amp to kill somebody.
well, you can drown in a teaspoon of water, or is it 2 tablespoons? I forget.
1 or 2 tablespoons, I think.
I had a friend that got his. He was just, all he was doing was changing out the starter. It was one of those Chevrolet starters where the hot wire's on top. And he reached up around there and his ring shorted between that positive post and the motor.
Oh,
and it welded itself in place. And then naturally it started getting hot and it cooked the hell out of his finger.
Yeah. Oh,
He had it for dinner that night.
probably. No,
Well, it didn't fall off, but it was crispied.
Oh, yeah.
You'd
Yeah.
think something like that would only take one time.
Yeah.
Well, back in the 70s, a lot of women either took their rings off to do dishes, probably men too, I don't know, the 70s. But they either took their rings off to do dishes or they used gloves or they did both, And when I was a kid, I thought the only way you could wash dishes was with the gloves on. I've learned different since then, but I always had the
Yeah,
gloves
honey,
on.
I can't do dishes tonight. I don't have any gloves.
Yeah. And my mom was the first one to tell me, you don't need gloves. You really don't need gloves. But you always wear them. That was so she could keep a ring on. I was a kid. I didn't have any rings. Man, things are so different.
Well, my wife kind of does like all her rings. She wears a whole slew of them because I've made her, she just picks through my ring selection, what can I say? She see one she likes. Well, I want this one, So
Yeah.
but when she gets home, the first thing she does, she takes all of them off and puts them on top of the microwave oven and till that she leaves them all off till she gets ready to leave the house the next day, and then she puts them all back on.
Does she carry any cards for you so that people are when
I
they
don't even have any cards. She's the one that has the business cards, so she just gives them one of hers.
Oh, okay. Because that's an opportunity. Because women actually stop and talk about their rings sometimes. So
Well, if we ever come to break in at Bill's, we know to look on top of the microwave for the jewelry.
exactly.
Yeah. Thanks, Bill.
Appreciate that.
Well, yeah.
Just be aware. Just be aware. That's why I use full metal jackets. So a
There
wall
you
won't
go.
stop
There
them.
you go. That's good.
Yep. Man. It was Private Pile, wasn't it?
Yeah.
In Full Metal Jacket. Yeah, Vincent D'Onofrio. He was good. He gained weight for that
Keep
role.
right on going through that wood or sheetrock or whatever you got there.
Yep.
I just want a copy of the newspaper from that day, Bill.
Yeah, really. Be on page 3 and in the obits.
Are you? Well, I don't know. Are you in a blue state? Aren't you?
No, it's red state out here.
Yeah.
Are you red? Okay, it may be on page 3 then.
We're totally
Would make it
well.
feel
I
big.
say when it comes to voting, we're kind of purple, but we have. There is absolutely no restriction on what you want to do with your guns. You can You can
Cool.
conceal them. You can tote them on your hip. You don't even have to have nothing. No permit, no nothing. Do whatever you want with them.
Is it
You got some
constitutional?
smart people out there then.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. When I was a kid, nobody wore a gun except for cops, and I was afraid of guns when I was a kid. Then my dad took me and my sister out with his 22 rifle, and he shot. We practiced with it, and I was like, "Oh well, shit, it's no big deal." After that, I was a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, anything you don't understand, you tend to be afraid of.
yeah,
Hell, I think I got a 22 rifle for my 10th Christmas or something along that line.
yeah.
We got to go to family day on the base and play with the machine gun, throw a hand grenade, go through the tent where the people's guts were hanging out and shit. All cool stuff kids got to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, firing an M60 at a military range is kind of a neat affair as a kid,
Yeah.
as an adult for that matter.
Yeah.
But let us do the battleship.
Whoa.
Really. And when I was in boot camp, we had some, I think they were 33s that were modified to shoot 22. And one of the guys in our camp, when we had to go to the range, when we got to go to the range, that was fun. He could not hit the target to save his life because he was a Marine. He was used to the kick from a 33, and he could not tell his brain to ignore the weight of the gun, because if it had been a 22, he would have adjusted better. If it had been an actual 22 shooting 22 bullets, but his hand was saying, "Oh, this is heavy. There's going to be a big kick."
Muscle memory.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I did pretty well, and I'd only ever been shooting once before, but with the 22, I was used to the kick. So
Dad had a long barrel double shot 12 gauge. We'd go use that in the 22. And then my older brother started fancying making kits. He made a nice little Colt 1835 Navy 36 caliber.
yeah.
Oh, cool.
We'd go down there and play. Get pretty good at quick draw.
Huh. That's tough. They always show
Yeah.
the quick draw people with their guns,
You're
Your
a
right
right
gun-
quick draw with a cap and ball.
cap and
You're
ball.
crazy. You're crazy. Ooh, crazy Mopro. Are you using the old time black powder or modernized?
All time. Hell, at one time he made it
Oh,
black powder
shit.
for it.
That crap
Oh.
blow up in your hands just looking at it.
You go around on the curbs, man, pick up all those lead weights, melt them down.
Oh, lordy lord.
Yeah.
Fun stuff.
Yeah.
Huh.
Had some Luger 9mm barrels. Oh no, excuse me, Mausers. He was going to make us up a nice little black powder setup. Never got around to it.
Oh. Bummer.
Those would have been fun.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah. Oh boy. Hang on. I'm sorry. I'm checking my sound levels right now. I haven't been
It's kind of
watching.
strange Jim not being here.
It is. Yeah. Well, I screwed up the time, so Bobby's not here. Jim's not here.
Thanks, Chuck.
Yep. Glad you checked early. I'm glad y'all did.
Well, they would be thinking we'd be going in at 3. Wouldn't they try to come in now? No, the show is on now.
They probably know the show's on now.
That's
No,
why they're
because-
not trying to come back in. Is where you're going to
I
run
don't
this
know.
through and open it again at 3? or
Um,
not?
and the room's still open. I don't know what'd you say?
Well, I thought when we started, we were going to go ahead and run this
Mm-hmm.
at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Since it got screwed up. But then for the people that are not coming in until just now, don't we need to continue it?
Oh, I don't think I can. I don't
Oh,
think, yeah.
are you
I was
are you
planning on
limited
1
on-
hour. Huh?
are you limited to the 1 hour?
Pretty much. That's about how long my nerves can handle.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm getting feedback.
Yeah. Well, it's 2:54. See, we don't have joke of the day.
Oh yeah. Okay, so there are these two guys. They go into this place that sells alcohol. That's not a good start. Never mind.
Is it better with ducks?
So there's this two guys that go into a place that serves ducks. No.
Come on. You can do it, Jeff.
No, I thought I
Yeah,
had it.
baby. You got a whole zoo to go through. We've got animals galore.
So there's these two ducks that go to a shooting range. No, I don't know. Yeah.
Got to thank the live audience for their responses.
Yeah. And thank you, live audience. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cap it there. I messed up a few things, and it's yeah.
That was a delightful show, gentlemen.
Yes, thank you. I promise next week. If
Next week we'll be here at 3 o'clock Central,
no,
which would be
3:00 Eastern.
3 o'clock. Well, no,
Yeah.
we started this one at 2.
Right, which was supposed.
Didn't we want it started at 3?
No,
No.
We wanted to start it at 2.
yeah,
I'm confused now.
yeah. It was
That's okay,
supposed.
George. We'll tell you later.
Yeah, last week and this week we started at 2 Central, which is 3 Eastern. That's part of me screwing it up, is that the perception everybody got is screwed up now too because of that.
Thank you, Billy Lee Rice.
Thanks, Billy Lee. Thanks for everybody who came. I promise tomorrow night's show will be on time. I haven't made the thing for it yet, so I'm not going to mess that up.
A horse walks into the bartender and asks, "Hey, why the long face?" Okay.
Walks into a bar in the bar. Yeah. Yeah, Troy's trying to help us out, but I can't tell jokes.
No, you're doing things.
Yeah. Okay, well, everybody, thanks for coming out. Thanks panel, thanks audience.
Peace out, y'all.
Thank you, everybody. Oh, Troy found us on Rumble. Thanks, Troy. And y'all have a good day. I hope to see you all tomorrow night.